Welcome to C.S. Lewis Talks. Today's message will open your eyes to a silent war most never see coming. A war not waged with swords but with secrets, not fought in public but within your circle. What if I told you that the one draining your destiny might be sitting next to you, smiling, praying with you, sharing meals, but secretly working against the call of God on your life? This is not a message of fear but of awakening, of truth. Because not all betrayal wears the face of an enemy. Sometimes it's clothed in familiarity. The hidden battle within your circle. There is a war that begins in private spaces, in conversations, in trust, in the vulnerability you give to others. There is someone who may know your tears, your desires, your struggles. But what if they are using them as weapons, every confession you've shared, every dream, every request for prayer ... could have been ammunition in the hands of someone walking in agreement with darkness. They don't have to chant spells. All they need is access. And too often, we give it willingly. Biblical warning, enemies within. Jesus warned us. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household. Matthew 10:36. The greatest spiritual attacks don't always come from outside your gates. They come from inside your circle. That's why your progress may be hindered. That's why your peace evaporates. Because someone around you is not aligned with God but with destruction. Sign number 1. Manipulation masquerading as compassion. You've seen it. They don't order but they guilt you. They don't control but they coax you with emotion. They turn your kindness into a leash. This isn't love. This is witchcraft by influence. Just like Paul said to the Galatians, "Who has bewitched you?" Galatians 3:1. The spell wasn't in a potion but in persuasive words. This spirit twists truth and creates spiritual bondage under the mask of care. Sign number 2. Confusion that follows their presence. Ever notice how your peace disappears when they enter the room? You hear them speak and your clarity dies. Your prayers feel weak. Your vision becomes foggy. This is not normal disagreement. This is spiritual disruption. God is not the author of confusion. 1 Corinthians 14:33. If their presence brings consistent chaos, there's a deeper spirit at work. Sign number 3. Hidden secrets that conceal rebellion. There's a difference between privacy and secrecy. When someone dodges questions, hides parts of their life, locks away their schedule, and shrouds themselves in mystery, they are likely hiding more than just details. They're shielding rebellion, like Achan in Joshua 7, who hid cursed items in his tent. What's hidden in your space could be blocking your blessing. Sign number 4. Opposition to your spiritual growth. When you fast, they mock. When you pray, they interrupt. When you burn with fire, they throw cold water on your soul. This isn't playfulness. It's spiritual sabotage. Light exposes darkness, and your growth in God unsettles unclean spirits. Just as Cain hated Abel because of his favor with God, the unrepentant often rise against those walking in obedience. Sign number 5. Spiritual knowledge that feels off. Do they know things about you they shouldn't? Do they have dreams or visions that always leave you fearful, guilty, or dependent on them? That's not prophecy. That's divination, a counterfeit gift. In Acts 16, a girl followed Paul with supernatural insight, but it came from a demonic source. Be cautious of those whose spiritual insights are always centered on you but never draw you closer to God. Sign number 6. A decline since their entry into your life. Track the timeline. Was there peace before they came in? Did your dreams become nightmares? Did your finances dry up? Did your health decline? When someone carries a spirit of bondage, their presence creates permission for demonic access. Jesus said, "The prince of this world has no hold on me." John 14:30. When you yoke with rebellion, you share in its curses. Sign number 7. Hunger for power, hatred for accountability. They love to preach. They crave attention. They speak in the name of God but reject godly correction. They hate spiritual covering but want spiritual influence. Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. 1 Samuel 15:23. A rebellious spirit cloaked in spirituality is still demonic. Like Korah in the wilderness, they want position without process. Watch out for those who isolate you from leaders and say, "You don't need anyone but God," while trying to become the only voice you follow. So, what now? Discernment, not fear. This message isn't to cause fear. It's a call to wake up. The devil doesn't mind your fasting if you're still walking with witches. He doesn't care about your prayers if your circle is feeding him intel. It's time to obey. Time to cut the cords gently, prayerfully, but firmly. You're not choosing hate. You're choosing life. You're choosing freedom. You're choosing obedience to God. Behold, I send you as sheep among wolves. Be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. Matthew 10:16. Pray. Ask God for revelation. Ask Him to expose what's hidden and give you strength to walk away from what He didn't plant. Not everyone smiling at you is on your side. Not every friend is your ally. Sometimes the greatest spiritual warfare begins with the people closest to your heart. Outrow. Stay discerning. Stay anchored in truth. And remember, your destiny is too great to be delayed by deception. This is awakened discernment.